The reason why we're shooting this video is because I feel like a lot of ladies are really interested in being married and the idea of being married and marriage, and they forget that for them to be really whole and for them to give their best in themselves to their partners, they have to have loved themselves well enough to be able to give love and to receive love. I just got my friend here. I've known her long enough before her getting married, and I've seen her as one of the least pressured person to be married. I mean, I just feel that the pressure that a lot of ladies feel about this whole marriage concept, we can just talk about it and hear from, her experience and how she has navigated life to this point.
Hello, I'm fitness freak Adeze Obienu's friend and newlywed. Been married for 3.5 months. Self-love is loving yourself. Loving yourself for who you are, in your skin, in your size, in your elements. Loving everything about yourself without extraneous or excessive judgment. Feeling that you are enough for you, feeling that you are who you are and you are proud of who you are without feeling intimidated or feeling that you are not enough or feeling that everyone else is better than you. Self-love also is finding a way to just trust the process, that you go through with life's hurdles and not beating yourself up so much about it.
So I like that you talked about self-love as knowing yourself. I feel like a lot of people do not understand themselves enough to say that this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I'm good at. Knowing your strengths and knowing your strength fully, knowing your weaknesses and be aware of what your weaknesses are and see how to play with your strengths in full capacity, and then see how you can get people to complement your weaknesses. And that applies to both in relationships like marriage and in real life. It's like a lot of ladies are so interested in being in a marriage that they forget to find themselves first, so that when they are with their partners, they are playing with their strengths and they have full understanding and awareness that, okay, this is what I am not so good at and I'm improving at it, but I'm not allowing it to ruin the relationship that I have. Uju, a lot of women, they get married and they forget that they have friends. You know that forgetting that you have friends and you're like in that bubble of your husband's life and what he does, and you become too clingy at some point that you don't even allow him live his life. Where are you going? Can I join you? But what were you doing? What was your own extra curricular activity before you got married?
The funny thing is, there was a podcast I listened to lately, and the person tried to describe the importance of sharing your time between your partner, between your friends and family, and between yourself. He gave like a rough ratio of how much time you should consider spending with your friends and how much time you should consider spending alone by yourself in order to have that healthy, balanced relationship with your partner. And it made so much sense to me, because what you find out is, for most couples where the husband or the wife tries to stop their partner from living their life outside of the two of them, there's always that point where you just feel choked. You just want out, you just want to breathe, and it's never healthy for either of the parties. It's not healthy for the relationship. But you find out that when you step out of the two of you and just go and hang out or talk or gist or spend some time with someone or people that you care about other than your partner, it makes you see things like holistically and makes you even appreciate your partner. Do you understand? It just makes you appreciate each other. Ladies, guys, please don't deprive yourself of having a life outside of your partner. Just find that balance. I think it was a 70-20-10. So that podcast I listened to, I'm not sure whether it was Jay Shetty or one other marriage podcast I listened to, but they said besides the time you spend with your friends and family, that your me time, so important. Just by yourself, just stay and just cool your head
and hear your inner voice
and listen to your inner voice. There's several things I have to unlearn consciously. One of them is the fact that guys have feelings too. As a person, sometimes I used to let some things get to my head. Like maybe I just feel a certain type of way, and then I feel like, okay, I'm not in my best mood, and then my attitude towards my partner then would now like reflect the way I was feeling internally, and then I'll just expect him to automatically understand, try to, you know, stretch himself to just make me okay. Meanwhile, he's clueless about why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And I'm clearly seeing that this person is just struggling to understand like what is going on. Waiting they vex you, who made you angry, you understand? And me having some expectations of him is just not fair, really.
Yeah.
So there was one time when he just asked me a question that made me realize that it's not just me that can get hurt. He can also get hurt. So in whatever I'm doing, I have to understand that he has feelings, I have feelings. He is also human. He is not superhuman. He's not always going to stretch himself or try to make me feel happy and pleased and relaxed and know what's in my mind without me trying to do the same for him. So that thing taught me a whole lot.
Yeah, to put that into perspective, it just goes to show that you are aware of yourself and what you might not have been doing right. Because sometimes we women, we ladies, we have a bad day and we allow it to take the whole of that 24 hours, and we feel like every other person should be understanding of that fact, you know, and it's not making us aware that we are not treating ourselves nicely by pushing people away, and then we are not being fair to the next person. So that really comes from a place of awareness. That self-awareness is that you're understanding yourself better, and then, you know, in some form it just shows that you're loving yourself, you know, better.
So the second thing I've unlearned is actually the fact that you, as a young chap or a young girl, I used to think that when I get married that life would just have to stop, that I won't be able to achieve any goals I want, I won't be able to go and do things for myself at all again, that I just have to be married. You know, married is like the thing that will just consume your life. But one thing I can say for free is that when you have a supportive partner that is out to always sing your praises and out to always make sure that you are your best self, then that fear becomes negligible. Because you can easily see that your partner wants the best for you. You can easily tell that this person wants you to excel in whatever it is you want to achieve, and then you have absolutely no other choice than to reciprocate that, want the best for them, want them to achieve what they have set out to achieve for themselves. And that way it creates that ripple effect where I want the best for you, you want the best for me, and then you are both pushing each other up. I mean, like, it's just good vibes all round. You're not selfish. There's no selfishness in marriage. There's absolutely no selfishness.
And that selflessness comes from really loving yourself. You know, you love yourself enough that you can give and receive love.
And then another thing again I've unlearned is, I didn't say the story of how I met my husband and all that, but I'll just give a brief backstory. And we started talking in 2014. So we started off as friends, and I think he got to the point where he was like, I think I'll like this girl to be my, you know, my girl. And then he started asking me out, and I was feeling myself and saying no. Until late 2016, I started to see that, okay, this person could really be someone that, you know, I could actually date. And then by 2017, I said, okay, let's give this relationship a try. And we dated through 2017, 2018, and in 2019 he popped the question and I said yes. And then our lives continued, and then we got married, and now we are happily married. Like I told you this story, you know, in this brief how many seconds, it's obvious that that's not all there is to the relationship.
Yeah.
The relationship was, of course, a very awesome one, but then there are a million and one things that have gone on in our lives over the course of the years. But I've just given a summary. And when it comes to social media, you said something to me sometime that social media, people just show you the best parts of themselves, the best parts of their lives, their family, their partners, and nobody really shows you everything. So, and I also mentioned that I feel really sorry for youngsters who were born in this generation where they have to grow up with social media and they find it difficult to tell the difference between social media and real life. For me, being able to understand at an early stage that I can't be comparing my life to other people's lives on social media. It's just going to eat me up. Comparison is a thief of joy. So I learned that at an early age, and it has really helped me through my personal life and of course my married life. That's the third thing I really had to unlearn.
Because people go on social media, like you said, the comparison thing, they want their lives to be a certain way, and they put themselves under a lot of pressure and a lot of really, really, really high standards, that the person has to be this and the person has to do this, provide that, do this X amount of, like, just do everything else, but you just sit down and be you and be the same person you are last year, the year before, without any form of improvement. Just come down from that high horse and come back to reality.
You have to be able to filter what you learn, what
and
you
put
hear,
things in context.
And
just avoid some things altogether. It's not everybody's opinion that should be held as Bible
at all. Just pick a coach or two and stick with them and just say, you know what, everybody, I know you guys are good, but right now, not now.
And I think that social media thing, it's, if your self-esteem is not high enough and you don't perceive yourself in a certain level, or you don't have a good image of yourself, you are easily influenced by not just social media, from peers or what people are saying or telling about their lives, that whether it's true or not true, you expect a certain level of perfection from your partner, and it really just trickles down to your self-esteem. Because if you know yourself enough and you love yourself enough and you see yourself as someone who is deserving of love, and you know that you're willing to give that amount of love, you would not feel that the love you're giving, I don't know about the love you're getting, anyway, the love you're giving, you won't feel any less of yourself in giving that.
Well, one thing I can say off the top of my head is that I'm someone that is not easily pressured. I don't really feel that need to be influenced to do something, not in a bad way, but more so in a good way. Like, okay, everybody's doing something. For me, I just analyze it and I'm like, why do I need to do this? That's why sometimes, especially with trends on social media, I jump on it late after everybody's done, just because I feel I don't want to follow the bandwagon. I'm not really a trend person. I'm just more of a why should I, and when I give myself enough reasons to do something, or I know I genuinely like something, then I just go ahead and do it. I would actually do the exact opposite.
That's a good one. Like, of course it comes from knowing yourself to an extent, to be able to say that this is what I feel I do well. I think for me it's the fact that I am like let's move type of person. I'm very progressive. I don't like to check that this week or this month or something I've not done enough to be better than where I am. And that bettering myself is not just in terms of business or money. Every day I feel, not every day, you can't really quantify daily, in this context. Every month or weeks or years down the line, I'm able to feel like I've grown, I've put some effort in being progressive as a person. So if you've watched the video to this point and you've enjoyed this chat, okay, please, I'd like to know, with your level of self-awareness, I'd like to know what you like most about yourself. It will be so fun to see. So check out more of Uju's content. She's also known as Fitness Freak on YouTube. Fitness Freak on YouTube. This is my channel right down here. And I'm not just about fitness content.
wellness content as well. In fact, I am in love with this topic that Adeze chose me to actually talk about.
Aww.
So if you liked this video, you're definitely going to like some of my other content. So go ahead and check it out.
Thank you for watching this video. Till the next one. Bye.
Bye.